it off.
Welcome to another episode of the World's Outstanding Casuals, where we here to talk sports, where we know what we know, and if we don't know, we're gonna keep it funky with you. I'm your co-host, Scotty Hard One. I'm here with my other host.
Slick here.
Ashton.
KT here. This is episode 6, man. Bringing something new to y'all. Happy to say that we partnered with Prize Picks. They getting all of our viewers and listeners a chance to go ahead as you signing up with promo code BWVIP. You can see it at the bottom of the tag right there. When you bet your first $5, you get 15 additional promo. We're going to have some stuff coming in the future with some live streams with them, where they'll be giving our guests free promo, Cash App, or some free lineups on Prize Picks, man. So we got some stuff coming soon to y'all. But we going to kick it off with this first topic. Saturday night, we had a good fight. And I want to know y'all thoughts on the Boots Ennis and Stanley Onis fight. We'll kick it off with you, Har.
Hey man, I don't want to say I was surprised because I know the talent that Boots has and the what the eye test says, and he ain't had a chance to get in the ring with like some top notch competition because for whatever reason, some reason is people ducking Norman. Sometimes he came at the wrong end of the era when Terrence and Earl still had to get their thing on. But he got in there with Stanley Jonas, and it was a difference between his last fight. So maybe he was in his last fight, he was a little, just a little bored, like his pop said. I don't want to give him no excuses, but he came out, he showed his butt this time, He was on his toes, he was moving, he dominated the fight. So again, I'm not surprised because I know his talent level. I know what he can give us. I know he can show us. I still want him to stop leaning back, getting caught with them shots. If Bud Crawford throwing that at you, I don't know. You know what I mean? But other than that, solid performance. I'm gonna give it an A- because of the defense. What you think, Slick?
Man, that was a one-sided ass whooping. Stayonis didn't have nothing for Boots. This was his best fight to date. Biggest win to date, considering that Stayonis had a belt and he was going to unify. Both were undefeated. Stayonis just got his ass whooped, and he didn't even look like he belonged in the ring with Boots that night, man. Just an excellent showcase of skills, and good luck, Stayonis, because I don't know where your head at after that, but golly, got the brakes beat off of you. Corner had to save you. Good riddance. Good riddance.
hey, Slick, did you have him going to decision at first, or did you have him stopping him? Because I had him stopping him.
I had Boots by decision. I had no reason to believe Boots was going to knock him out because of the hype coming into the fight with this being his toughest opponent, but it just was that was easy. Once he started attacking the body, I knew it was over with. He ain't have a chance.
Yeah, he showed his repertoire tonight.
Yeah. Did you get to check that fight out, Ashton, or you ain't know nothing about it?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I knew about the fight, but I was outside, so I ain't really see it. I kind of heard it in the background because one of my homies was watching it on his phone. And shit, from what y'all said, he whooped his ass, but I thought Boots had got knocked down. That's what my homie said. He didn't get knocked down.
Hell
He
no.
was
Oh, that nigga was drunk then.
That boy
But
didn't face no adversity.
yeah, Boots was supposed. I feel like Boots supposed to be beating niggas like him ass. But honestly, I don't. Thinking long term, I don't think he ready to step in the ring with Bud or none of them. G. I think he needed a little more polish. He got power, but you gotta be able to box to step in the ring with a nigga like Bud. G.
shit. That go for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they gonna fight anyway though. I don't even think that's a question. They ain't gonna fight. Boo's gonna have to get some work at 154 after he unified. That's what he decided to do at 47.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man, y'all
Yeah,
touched on mostly all of it, man. It wasn't too eventful except for what Boots was doing. Um, he went out there, he tried to show a couple more tools he had in the belt that he can break somebody down systematically and then get him out there early. Um, it really led me to think, because of how often or infrequent some of these fighters really be in the ring, that on any given night that they step in the ring, how they go look, because like you said, Slick Stanionis didn't look like he deserved to be in that ring at all.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about earlier with Errol and Terrence when they was in there. Errol had his worst night. We've seen a lot of fighters lately, especially uh, looking worse and worse when they in the ring with certain levels of competition. But people that we previously would look at as dogs and that we know give workout as well. So how y'all feel about the the level of talent? Do we still feel like Stanionis is a level fighter, or it was just, man, that night Boots just whooped his ass?
I never felt he was A level. I gave him a B, like a top tier competition. You know what I'm saying? And still, Boots made him look like he wasn't that either. I still
Yeah.
think he that, but styles make fights, and sometimes when you in there with somebody that's really running their mouth, and the world think that he's somebody, you want to come and you gonna step up, you gonna show what you got. That's usually what happens with great fighters. Not to say that Boots has proven he's a great fighter yet, but he has great fighter talent. You know what I mean? He
So
just
So
that's
let
showed
my
me
he.
question.
let me
Not to
ask this
cut you
though.
off.
Yeah, you go ahead.
No, you good.
Do y'all feel like Boots ready to step into the ring with them dogs though?
So
Yeah,
hold on, to answer that, this is why I posed that question. Are we not saying that all champions are A-level fighters? Could we have a champion that's a B-level fighter, or
I,
For
how do
sure.
we feel about that?
For sure, we can have a champion that's a B level fighter. I.e., what's homie name that Devin Haney took the strap off of? Uh,
Cambosis.
Cambosis. Cambosis is a
and the
B
dude
level
at
fighter.
140 too.
Yeah, you saying as soon as he got the belt, everybody wanted to fight him because they thought he was sweet, you know. So I definitely think you could be a champion and be a B level fighter. But I don't think nobody expected the performance that Stanionis gave. I don't think nobody saw that coming. I thought me, for me personally, I thought it was gonna be a dog fight. Um, I expected Boots to win, but I didn't expect him to dominate like that. He beat that boy ass.
All
I ain't
right,
gonna
so
lie, I ain't
then
expected domination either. I expected them to stop him, but not in the early rounds. I expected them to stop him slick because of this dog fight that Stanionis was gonna make it,
For
and
sure.
he made him look like something he wasn't.
so him stopping Stanionis like that, who we may not believe is an A-level fighter, but at least a B-level fighter, does that mean that y'all think that if he can make Stanionis look like that he's at the skill level to really get in there with Terrence then?
When you say Terrence, you going to an A plus fighter, like that's not he different.
them
Not
two
to say
different
that he
niggas.
there with him. Terrence, he's an all-time great fighter. He's a
And Terrence on the juice right now.
what you
What you
mean?
mean? What you mean, Juice?
He
Terrence
said
was
he on
on
What
that
you
that
snack
mean?
juice when he
program.
fought Spence, man.
He said
Come
he on
on,
that
bro.
Oh,
snack, boy.
man, we ain't finna do that, bro. The
Come
bud,
on,
bro. We don't
man.
got
He
no
was on that
evidence,
juice,
bro.
man.
Nah, man, we ain't gonna do that. The bud, bro. We ain't see no test. We ain't see no negative test.
Man,
I
He
he
don't
said
looked
wanna
he
a
hear
out
little
it.
there with he
different
said
that
he out
night,
there with
man.
Victor Conti. He said he out
Man,
with Vic.
hey, something going on, man. He
Hey
looked
man,
a
Man,
little
violate.
different that night.
everybody favorite fighter don't show up all the time, man.
Again,
Man,
all-time great fighters will make a great fighter look normal.
Hold
He
on.
will.
Now let me ask you though. Now, if it's an off night for that fighter, does that mean that the fight the night that A-plus fighter had is measured the same? What if it's just an off
Bro,
night for the other fighter compared to that fighter making another fighter look less than?
how we
With
judge a off night? Maybe he had an off night because he made him have one.
yeah,
Could
I
be.
feel like
yeah.
if they fought, I feel like if they fought that fight 20 times, that fight would go like that 19 out of the 20 times.
Standing on his boots.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like Terrence and Earl would have went like that 20 times?
I don't think so,
No,
bro.
I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm one of those guys that say just Crawford would dominate him on any given night. He dominated him on that night. But I think if they was to run it back, it'd be a different level of fight. Because we all consider Earl to be a fighter, right?
Yeah,
I
For
A-plus
do.
sure.
fighter. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So I would give him the benefit of the doubt on running it back that it'll look totally different. I think
Wait,
Bud just
Slick.
had the edge. I think Bud had the edge that night.
That arrow or the arrow we'll see difference. Earl when he was Earl, or Earl that now he ain't fought in 2 years, coming off a beating, and he himself has said that he let himself balloon up and weight in between fights. He not as disciplined as a Bud in between fights. Bud a gym rat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, it's some sort of shit.
Oh,
Sometimes it takes some of that to be able to get it back on track,
Yeah,
and
for real.
it really is yet to be seen whether it
true,
is
true.
decreased. Because you got to remember how many fighters did we see say that they seen slippage or mistakes in Errol before they even got to him, right? Like uh Danny Garcia was saying that, Keith Thurman was saying that, Sean Porter was saying that. Like even leading up to it, like they felt like Errol wasn't the same Errol, and they could tell that he was like taking a step back leading up to that. Whether that was just a part of age or the accidents or whatever the case may be,
Hey,
but
Slick,
they
what you
just
think? What would
I'm gonna say the performance that Earl put on that night. I'm a mirror it to a fight we just seen as far as Tank and
Lamont.
the boy Lamont. I'm gonna say Tank Hart wasn't all the way in there, and he took it kind of lightly, and he came out and gave the performance that he gave, and that's why it was a close draw. I'm gonna say that's probably how Earl mindset was coming into that fight. He just probably didn't take it all the way serious and wasn't locked in. And like KT alluded to, sometimes you need those ass whoopers to get back on track, man. And maybe that's just what it was that night. I don't think there's nothing wrong with him not fighting since he fought Bud. Bud only had one fight since that fight, so take all the time you need if you decide to fight again and come back on square.
Do you think Tank knock Roach out next time?
nope.
Nah, nah, Tank too small to knock him out.
But shit, on that transition, no slick, we gonna get right to the next topic. And that should Spence comeback fight be at 147 or 154. And I think we all, at least most of us, heard some of the news that the PBC was offering Spence Mario Barrios at 147 sometime soon. Whether that's true or not, we don't know. But what do y'all think his comeback fight should be? I'm gonna start with you, Slick.
He's definitely not fighting at 147. They can knock it off with the FUD and the fake news. We all know that. He definitely should move up to 54, get some work in. I ain't gonna lie. Um, I want to see these Charlo brothers get back in the ring, man. I
Mhm.
want man Spence mixing it up with him at 54, getting back on track. Neither one of them has fought in a while. I think that'd be a good fight for both of them to start themselves off with. Both got big names under their belt. Both are accomplished fighters. I think that's the fight to be made at 54. If Spence really wants to get back active and show people that he still got it, I think that's a formidable opponent for him to go out there and beat or have a good showing against and let the world know that he's back to being Spence. What you got, Scotty?
Hey, we said Eddie Hearn be lining people up. If the PBC dead serious, which I wouldn't put it past them, KT, because all these promoters be on some janky promoters activity.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them, especially because they like to keep stuff in house. PBC, I wouldn't put it past them. I know Earl better not be thinking about that, and I ain't heard nothing from him, so I ain't even gonna put that on him because he was struggling to make the weight then. 2 years
Years.
later, you expect to make 147
Years.
now. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
Let's be for real. So it could be fake news, but it could be serious news from the PBC. But Earl probably like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
I don't
to
think
what
it's
they said, go ahead, bro.
no, I don't think it's no way in hell Arrow fighting at no 147 again, boy.
No way.
There's
No
just
way.
no
No,
way. He
they
he
smoking.
was he was willing to forego undisputed to damn near not fight at 147 no more if they was gonna make him fight anybody but Bud. So I know
Yep.
he ain't just gonna go back down. It's not for undisputed and just a regular strap just to fight again at 147. And it had not been that Bud rematch for undisputed at 147. Like that boy already at 154. They'll probably give him somebody. He probably working behind the scenes. He'll get one of these champions. I don't know about Charlo because they got a relationship, and
Y'all
it's a bunch
always on
of
that bullshit. You
no.
always on
I'm
that
just saying
bullshit.
it's a bunch of other fighters at 154 for him to fight. Then two guys that used to train together, fighting each other on their comeback fight.
Man,
I think
Spence
that's
need a
just
tune up, man.
that's just
Yeah.
that'd be the longest shot that he'll fight at 147 before he fight Charlo first coming back at
Now, Slick,
154.
I'm with you. I like to see it, but I think you need a tune up first before he
Yeah.
He
jump.
need a tune
And,
up.
and and for record, Errol said he'd be with it. Like it ain't like Errol like
He
no.
sure
He
did.
he told him I feel like he
Yeah,
told
he
him
did.
to his
That's
face
why I
that he
threw
was
it. That's
fighting.
why I threw it out there. I
Yeah.
think that'll
So
bring out the best in both of them.
I just don't think for a comeback fight for both of them, where they at, that it would both of them coming off a loss and coming back, that they'd be like, yeah, this is the time for our careers to go ahead and get it on. It'll have
I'm
to
gonna
be
need.
some straps on the line.
I'm
Hey,
gonna need Earl to dedicate
low key
himself.
though, KT. That's one of them things we was talking about earlier. That'll be a money fight.
Yeah, Charlo
Yeah, for
Spence would
sure.
definitely be a money fight.
Yeah, that's a
Earl a
money fight.
superstar. Let's not forget Earl a superstar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Earl gonna
Yeah,
sell
He was
tickets
outside.
regardless.
we ain't gonna
He was
act like
outside.
Earl won. We ain't gonna act like Earl because Earl lost. He wasn't selling out, man. We all know that. We all
He
know
was
that.
selling tickets. He was selling
Definitely.
tickets. So I just need Earl. I just want Earl to want to come back and really want it. Really dedicate himself. Like get back with Blu-ray. Every time you with Blu-ray, you walking through everybody. Why
Yeah,
would you leave him? Like really dedicate yourself. I don't want to hear, man. You know, Blu-ray is workouts too hard. I don't want to hear nothing about that, bro. He got you in there doing them Bruce Lee, Tao G, Kundo workouts, boy. You better get back in the gym. What you talking about?
I think Errol getting back right, man. I think Errol actually in the gym working on some things that he realized he had to work on.
I ain't seen that video or none of that though. I've seen Cash say that. I ain't seen nothing.
Hey, man. Y'all know how Errol be, man.
All
Just
right.
because we don't see it, that don't mean it ain't happen.
Yeah, y'all know how Errol be.
I wanted to. I wanted to be that, but let's make it sure that don't come back halfway and end up like my boy Wilder. Your heart ain't really in it. Don't do that.
Wilder Hart wasn't really in it because he was getting his ass knocked out every time he was fighting.
Got his brain scrambled.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
he
getting
was.
patched.
What just happened to Earl?
But Errol was
That's
ready to
why I
run it
need a
back
tune
that
up.
night. Yeah, Errol ain't the type of Errol
Exactly.
ain't that type of nigga like that. That we found out that Wilder was, man. Wilder let that. It was Wilder right hand and knocking people out was his whole life. You know what I'm saying? That took on own personality of his own. And when he couldn't do that no more, he didn't know how else to
Okay.
box. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna throw
But
this
Um,
it's
at you.
something about getting your ass beat
It
like
wasn't
that
even. It
that
wasn't even
change
the
you as
fact.
a fighter.
It wasn't even the fact that he couldn't do it no more. Let's not forget he knocked a man down in each one of the fights. The fucker
And
just
he
kept getting
arguably
up.
knocked him out. He
Yeah,
arguably knocked him out in the first
he
fight.
just he just kept getting up, man.
yeah.
Shit.
And
And
there was
became
another long jump.
gunshot.
And my man said clearly had some in his gloves, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Man, when niggas get their ass beat like that, they don't be the same, man.
That's true.
You don't really be seeing people come back and dominate after they got their ass whooped, man. I can't
It's
Very
really
George
think
true.
of nobody. Correct me
But
if I'm wrong.
it's mostly
George
after knockouts though. Like when you get knocked clean out,
Man, that
it
nigga
be
was getting
different.
patched up, man.
Man, most of the shots he took, I think when Errol went down, I think it was maybe the third knockdown that was probably like the toughest shot he took. Everything else was just balance shots. Bud was timing him, boot, dropped him on left straight to the shoulder, dropped him. Another right behind the ear a little bit, dropped him, and then that
But
hook, that third one
wh-
sat him down.
when the
but
last
K
time you seen somebody get dead like that and come back and dominate?
Dominate, I don't know about dominate because at the same time, you still dominating is a tough thing to do. Like what we just seen with Boots and Staniotis, like
That's dominating.
dominating your opponent at
that don't
this
happen a
level.
lot anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, for lack of better terms, still be the superior fighter that you look like before.
It's
Uh,
happened a few times.
yeah.
George Foreman psychologically was messed up after that Ali fight, even though he fought Ronnie Lau and a couple other fights after that. He wasn't the same, and he wasn't the same. But when he came back,
We
he was 40.
we
Shit was
we
crushing.
ain't got to we ain't even got to go back that far, Scotty. We just saying Cool Boy do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just saying Cool
And
Boy put on his best
it
performance.
wasn't his
We
He
seen
got
the
he got
video,
stopped.
did.
Nah, come on, man.
He
Come on.
got
That was
stopped, but
cool. Cool boy got
that
cool boy lost and came back and dominated.
I won't say dominate, but he came back and won.
He was the
So he
superior
didn't
fighter
dominate
though.
the fight when he came out there with the Timbs on.
No, that boy won
Man,
almost every round.
I like Cool Boy. I just don't want to be biased.
That boy
I
won
don't
He
want to be
almost.
won.
biased.
He damn near
He
won
won.
every round.
He damn near won every
He
round.
did.
G.
Pillar the post. Pillar the post. I like Cool Boy. I told you he was out there looking like little Purnell. Just something like not 20s. They was 10s, but he keep them clean though.
Keep him
Keep him
clean
clean.
though.
We keep him clean.
You feel me?
Straight up. But yeah, shout out to the boy Spence, man.
Let
Motherfucker be
me throw
giving him
this at
a lot of slack, man.
Let me throw this at you, KT and Slim.
Hey, hold on though. Everybody ain't Terrence Bud Crawford. Like niggas not just everybody ain't finna do Arrow like Terrence did Arrow because everybody ain't Terrence. Like it's just that as well too. Fuckers
Point.
are thinking they got that skill. Yeah, so we'll
But
see.
thing what messed
So
me up with
so
the fight was he took Earl. What's Earl known for?
walking down.
Other than that, what punches he known for?
It's the body work. He took his
Get the
jab
body work.
away. He took his jab
No,
away early.
jab, bro.
Yeah, he took the jab away.
Yeah.
He took his jab away. And not only was Jay was jabbing with him, and it looked like
No,
Earl didn't know how to,
that's what
you know,
took his jab away. Because he was jabbing with him, that's what took his jab away. And
countering.
that was all it was.
Earl, you don't know how to block the jab. So your greatest strength is your greatest weakness. Is that what you're saying, or was it just Bud? I want to see. I think it
I
was
want
Bud.
I want to
I
see if
want
it
to
was
see.
them cataracts too, boy, in both eyes. We gonna see how that look. We gonna see how that 2020 LASIK is working, nigga, in
Man, I
2025.
don't know what the fuck that was. I thought he was off of Superman or something before he got in the ring. He popped a
Yeah.
couple pills before he got in that joint.
He sure was looking like he.
Look, man, I don't want to take away nothing from Bud Win. I don't know nothing about none of that. I don't know nothing about that.
Nah, you know, you seen it before the fight. Everybody said it walking in.
Yeah,
He was like, this nigga is high or something, G. Everybody thought the same thing.
for sure. But if I don't get a chance to see that Charlo fight, I wouldn't mind him fighting Fondora. I, I don't think he need a tune-up fight for real. Like we talking about an A-level fighter needing a tune-up fight. Devin ain't
Timing.
coming out here. Devin ain't coming out taking a tune-up fight. He going right into it, fighting Ramirez. Like Spence going out there, fight Fondora, fight for a strap. That's a good fight. It'll test and see where you at if you really need to be doing this shit still. Cause Fondora gonna bring it.
And Spence ain't
He
with
is.
tune-ups, man. We good. Fondora,
Yeah,
yeah,
Spence
that's
don't
gonna be a
do
ball.
I'm just saying. Yeah. All right.
Hey, you either still got it or you don't. And if you ain't got
for
it, you
real,
gotta go.
for
That's
real.
just what it is. Like you either still big fish or it's time to hang them up. That shit done caught up with you.
Straight up.
But
For
man,
sure.
we gonna go ahead and transition over into the next sport, man. NBA play-in tournament time as we got the games on right now. I think the Kings and Dallas
Dallas.
going right now.
Yeah, they locked
But,
into a good one right now. I
yeah,
need Dallas to cover that spread, baby.
you know me. Depending on some of these matchups and some of these seedings, man, who do y'all got winning the NBA Finals? Man, Ashton, we gonna start with you.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. It's looking like a Laker type of year. I just think, I,
I did not expect that.
hey, it's looking like a Laker type of year. And I'm gonna start this off by saying I ain't one of them LeBron heads and none of that. I'm gonna start off by saying that. But
Uh,
okay, first round they got Minnesota. I think that's gonna be a tough series for them, right? But then they get past Minnesota first round. They'll end up playing the winner of the 2-7, which is Houston, Golden State. I honestly think Golden State finna beat Houston. All that regular season shit be cute and cool, but you got playoff Jimmy, you got Steph, you got Draymond, you got them boys. Houston ain't ready for that. So you gonna have the Lakers, Golden State next round. I feel like the Lakers get past them. I feel like the Clippers about to beat Denver. You gonna have OKC versus the Clippers in the second round. I honestly think the Clippers gonna beat OKC too. I feel like OKC a year early. They don't like that Boston trajectory where like They was knocking on the door, but they ain't quite get there yet. I think that knocking on the door year for OKC. I think the Clippers beat OKC. You got the Clippers versus the Lakers. We all know Kawhi Leonard wear down as the playoffs go on. He can't stay healthy. Them knees get to giving out on him. Lakers in 5. Also, over East, Jaylen Brown got a knee injury that he playing through. Boston ain't 100%. So everybody automatically saying Boston because of what they did last year. But that knee injury gonna come back to bite them in the ass. Mark my words when we see that. But I feel like it's lining up for the King. This Luka Doncic, he gonna get his first ring in LA. Dallas gonna look like some goofies. Lakers in 5.
Uh, I know how I'm coming, man. We got the Warriors getting ready to go ahead and get that 5th ring, man. I think Warriors blew that Clipper game just to get on that side of the bracket and had to face either the Lakers or the Wolves, man, because they just match up better. Go ahead, avoid Jokic and have to worry about them big man. They struggle with the Clippers all season long, so they got to get through Houston, who ain't gonna be no easy task. Because them young boys go play and Ime know how to coach his ass off. Um, but then you look at a potential Steph and LeBron semis to go to the Western Conference Finals. That's gonna be crazy. Ratings will be through the roof. Last time they'll probably play each other in the playoffs. So the whole storyline for the NBA be there. If they can get past Ant, you know how Ant coming. He gonna bring everything he got, even though they're not as strong as a team with Julius Randle. Can't really count on them boys, but yeah, I think it'll be Warriors Lakers for a chance to go to the finals, and then I think they'll probably end up having the Clippers on the other side of that, and having to get past Kawhi and them to go to the finals, man. And I think they probably go see Cleveland on the other side of that, man. Y'all know, I feel like Cleveland, uh, defensively, man, what they got,
Imagine the Lakers versus Cavaliers finals.
that'd be crazy. That will be
That'll be
crazy.
crazy.
It's so many
Lakers in
storylines for
5.
everything, man. You know, it's a lot of shit going on. So, but yeah, I got Steph, man, and Chef and them hanging up his 5th and moving past his place, and they gonna call it Steph here at the end of it, man. 5 rings,
That
This
Jimmy
this
Butler edition, tough, man.
and Jimmy a
hey
dog.
KT, you real consistent, bro.
Hey, man.
You
And
real.
if the Warriors got to go against Boston, now, man, Boston was folding when Jimmy was on the Miami, man. Boston did the only reason why they won the championship was because that boy got hurt. Otherwise, they would have lost to Jimmy again back to back to back years over there since they since they lost to the NBA Finals. So Jimmy being there, man, and having them players and the back and forth Steph and Jaylen Brown got and everything already, and them having a number from the previous couple years. I even got the Warriors over Boston. We'll see how it turn out. But yeah, I got Warriors in 6, man,
I
against whoever.
I like Golden State. Y'all might have to fact check me on this, but one of the only reasons why I'm not on the Golden State bandwagon is because I don't believe, like I say, I have to double check this, but I don't think it's ever been an NBA champion that has not won at least 50 games.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
think
it.
that's 48 and 34, 49, 33, something like that.
Yeah.
I think the Houston Rockets did that.
They did.
I think they was like a 7 seed or some shit like that. 6
We're
or
gonna have
7
to
94,
seed
fact check that.
with Elijah Wan and them. The year they
94,
beat the
95.
Knicks.
Oh,
Yeah,
when Mike retired.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the chips they got when Mike was gone.
What you trying to say, KT? That don't count.
Nah, that shit do not count.
You tripping. You say I can tell by the way you said it. Your voice like
That shit do not count.
Shaq
look,
Them,
man.
wasn't ready that year, man.
them 2 years Mike was gone was charity championships, man. We all know what was going on
Come on,
then.
man. We ain't gonna do that. Hakeem
We
was the
ain't finna
second best.
do that.
Hakeem was arguably damn near the second best player in the league during Jordan era, man.
And one go sniff a championship at Tip
They ain't
Jim's
had
job.
nobody close. They ain't had
Like,
nobody for Hakeem, man. They ain't had nobody for Hakeem. But
Yeah.
I I'm gonna say to KT first off. Golden State would have had to play the Lakers in the first or second round, regardless. I think, no matter if they won that game against the Clippers or not. To be
First round,
honest with
yeah. They would have had to play him first round, but now they had to
you,
play him second if
they
they get past.
fine. But we're gonna do it. I'm gonna be respectful. I hear what you're saying, Ashton. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers won. It's wide open. It's wide open, and don't know no tandem really got nothing for Luka and Bron, along with Austin Reeves. Don't nobody really got nothing for them.
The best
Nothing
white boy in the
other than
NBA.
other than the
Which
other
one?
end. Hey, talking about AR.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Which one? Luca AR. It's
We
probably AR.
getting
Luca,
Luka
Luke,
ain't
Luca,
Luke,
white.
Luca
Luke,
like a
Luca ain't white.
European. I'm talking about white American.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
it is. He knows some.
I give you that.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm gonna give some respect to the fact that Brian on the team, long as his growing hold up, and I'm gonna give some respect to Steph. I wouldn't be surprised at that either. But I'm gonna show some ultimate respect to the champions. I gotta see somebody beat Boston. I understand Jaylen Brown maybe having knee issues or whatever. Hey, everybody it got some dinged up. Kawhi Leonard dinged up, but James Harden over there balling. Hopefully Ben Simmons can make a comeback after his debacle and with the Philadelphia 76ers and back surgeries. I hope the best for him, like Jamal Charlo. You know, you get slapped. Hopefully you can come back. You know what I'm saying? I love to see it, but I until then, I got Boston. I got Boston, and I think they're gonna play the Lakers in the finals. It's gonna be Boston Lakers, baby.
That'll
But
be a good
again,
matchup.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bron and Luka get him up out of there because unlike last year, I don't see how they're gonna be doubling Luka with Bron and AR over there. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be tough, but I'm just gonna respect the champion. This pick is solely respecting the champions because they still balling. What you think, Slick?
I'm going with that nigga with the goofy laugh, man. Kawhi. I'm going with them. I'm going with them Clipper boys, man.
Ah, ah,
You hear me? All that.
Yeah.
You got to put some respect on that boy name, man. When he healthy, it's unquestionable what he could do
Can
on
he
that
stay
basketball
healthy
court.
though, bro?
Yeah.
He gonna stay healthy. He been balling. I seen him playing
Last
the
time
other
he
night.
won, everybody else was unhealthy.
I seen him playing the other night, man. He looked explosive out of the triple threat. Like he been on the string for the past 20 games, man. Then you got James Harden over there. These two LA guys. The Clippers have always been known as an organization to be in purgatory. I think they got the right talent over there. Them boys defend. You got the claw over there. Who else better to be a closer? I just seen the type of defense he put on Golden State down the stretch. I'm running with them Clipper boys. I think they playing the best basketball right now going into the playoffs. I'm gonna take Kawhi. I'm putting my money on Kawhi. Let's get it, Kawhi.
This the
The
only thing I'm
Clippers
gonna say
tough,
Kawhi,
about
man.
this.
Kawhi ain't got
Hey,
nothing for Luka, bro.
I was
We
a
see how that.
What?
We,
I was a Clipper
he
fan,
ain't
G.
got no.
Barbecue chicken.
He can't guard that
Barbecue
boy.
chicken.
We already said
Barbecue
he
chicken.
can't.
Barbecue
He
chicken.
can't guard that boy,
All right.
man. He can't
I don't
guard that
trust
boy.
Kawhi to hold up, man.
All right.
He can be
We
healthy and Luka cooked him. He was healthy when Luka cooked him and Paul George. You remember? I remember.
he wasn't healthy
I
Hey,
then. He wasn't healthy.
hey, Luca be treating niggas, man.
Come
He
on,
got a
man. What
chip on his shoulder,
on a
man.
it's cool for you to treat a motherfucker on the offensive end because
He
you
got
finna
a
come back
chip
and get
on his
shitted on.
shoulder now, G.
He can't play defense. He getting shitted on too.
Don't be surprised if you see him show a little more defensive effort during this playoff run, man.
Yeah, he can show some effort. It ain't gonna matter. Bucket.
Even James Harden playing a little defense now. And we
He
know what
We
saying
he
that
know.
in James Harden. He got James Harden over there. He talking about defense. I don't even. I'm confused as hell right now.
Nigga, Kawhi is the best defender on LA Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers. What are we talking about
And
here?
he can't guard. He can't
Hey,
guard Luka or
hey,
Bron.
man. The
I
Clippers
don't
got
understand.
the Clippers got an injury curse, man. It's
they
been
do, bro.
every since when Reddick and Paul and Blake and them used to get hurt every year. Blake or CP and then PG and then Kawhi G. Every single year that them
You
boys
right.
in the playoffs, so they got a chance. One
You
of their
right.
stars end up getting hurt, and it's gonna happen again. It's happened every year for the
You
past
right.
damn near 12 years. G, that shit is
And you
bound to happen.
you
It's gonna
combine
Luka
that with the fact that Kawhi can't stay healthy.
Yeah. Kawhi
Luka
just
gonna
got
get
a
that
tweak.
32,
All
8, and
right,
8.
Hey,
all
Kawhi
right.
just got a
We
tweaking hammy,
If
and they
if
finna
if we
shut him
not
down.
if we not basing this off health, how do we feel about Kawhi and the
Oh,
Clippers
well,
champ?
Kawhi
Luka
dog.
gonna get 32, 8, and 8. That's what I feel. 32, 8, and 8.
Luka not
If
giving Kawhi 32, 8, and 8.
if
Yes, he is.
Kawhi stay healthy,
You
that
tripping.
changes a lot. That changes a lot.
They are
And I
going
just
to
I just
listen.
found out they got Jeff Van Gundy on their coaching staff.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying this. That's
We
a
act
fact.
like Bron
That's a
ain't on
fact,
the Lakers.
Ash.
This is just crazy.
Hard. I'm not saying this
Stan Van Gundy, Jeff
because
Van Gundy,
nah, man.
Lakers is fine, bro.
Listen, I'm not
Hey,
saying this
y'all
because they can't give
guard
him
Bron.
38 and 8. Kawhi and James Harden is finna put Luka in every pick and roll from the first quarter through the fourth quarter. And that boy gonna be
Good,
done. He gonna be
and
done.
good,
we ain't even
good.
bring up how good of a coach Ty Lue is.
He's
He a
a good
That's
coach.
gonna
dog.
be
He's
that's
a
gonna
good
be a
coach.
hell of a matchup if they match up together.
Shit,
Who
Reddick
guarding
might be
Bron?
better.
Who guarding
And
Bron?
low key, the Clippers got a better bench than the Lakers.
Hey,
They
the
do,
Man, the
but they don't
playoffs
NBA,
even play
like 6, 7
Bogdanovich,
players.
B. They
Who
only
guarding Bron?
playing Powell off the
All right,
bench, bro.
who's stopping Zubac?
Who guarding Bron? Oh
man,
my
come
God.
on, you just naming niggas now.
Who's
I'm
guarding
dead
Bron?
ass
Hold on.
serious, bro.
I'm dead
Zubac
serious though,
is
for real.
about 20 and 15 right now. Like
Who's
Straight up,
guarding
Zubac
Bron?
is
That's gonna be a
We
nice
talk
little
about
10 and
Kawhi.
10. That's a
Zubac
nice
got
Who's
little
guarding?
30.
10 and 10.
Oh my God. Who's guarding Bron?
Hey, look, the NBA is a storyline league. LeBron James, Bronny, father son duo, win a championship. That's gonna add to LeBron's legacy. Luka get his first ring after they trade him from Dallas. Lakers in 5, man.
Jeff Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy, Sunday on Sunday. If they play the Clippers, it might go in 5 for real.
Hey,
Because they got nobody.
hey, all that to run up against stuff. It's gonna be nasty.
Now, now
It's gonna
that would
be
be
Hey,
more. That'd be
the
more
clock got
enticing.
something to say about that, man.
all that to run
Hey,
up against stuff, man. Claw got to get past big fella first.
That Steph and Jimmy Butler shit look good. I
Claw
ain't
got to
gonna
get
lie,
past
man.
Jokic first, man. We ain't even talking about him yet. We ain't even mentioned him all night.
Yeah,
Claw got to get
Jokic,
Yeah,
past
man.
big
no,
fella.
for sure that's gonna be that's a
Yep.
big first round matchup. Them boys both coming.
But I
hey, who
think
they
that's
gonna put on
gonna come
Bron?
down
Ben
to
Simmons.
coaching, though. That's gonna come down to coaching, bro.
KT, they gonna put Ben Simmons on him.
Yeah, slow him down.
Man, they don't even need to put Ben Simmons in the game, bro.
We gonna touch on it.
That nigga
All
there, man.
right, y'all got it.
Sorry. Well, we
All right,
transitioning to
man.
that next.
Yeah, we go. We gonna go,
No.
man. Will any team provide a first round upset, man?
Golden
What
State.
team that's currently not favored to win the first round matchup do y'all think will go ahead and pull through? We're gonna start with
Motor
you.
City. I
Nah,
got them.
everybody keeps saying that.
I got them Detroit boys upsetting New York Knicks, man. They got a
Come on.
young team. Cade Cunningham out there performing well, and we act like the Knicks some world beaters. They get in the playoffs for the past couple of years, early round exits. They ain't no world beaters. I like this Detroit team. I like their bigs. I like their 3-point shooting, and I like their bench. I think they got the advantage in this series. And Tibbs is historically known to be a defensive coach. He don't mix things up when it gets murky. I'm running with JB Bickerstaff and them Pistons for the upset in the first round.
All right. Who you got, Ashton?
Uh, Golden State beating Houston.
I don't
I
think that's an
got.
upset though.
I'm just going with lower seeds. I don't know like the odds or nothing like that. I got. I'm just going lower seed. Lower seed team. Golden State to beat Houston. Lower seed Clippers to beat the Nuggets. Um, Over in the East, lower seed Indiana to beat Milwaukee.
Mm.
Uh, I'm gonna give y'all one. I don't think this team is gonna win the series, but I think they're gonna make it closer than what people think. I think the Orlando Magic are gonna take the Boston Celtics to 6 games.
Hey, low key, that's my pick. I had this conversation many times, and we just see it throughout the regular season, man. Orlando matches up perfectly with Boston at every position. With Franz and Polo and the way that them boys and Orlando defend. It's just that they got problems scoring at certain times, like we seen yesterday. But they can shut the water off for anybody.
Yeah.
And so when you have that bench for Orlando that's scoring, Cole Anthony going, giving you 26. He ain't even got to give you 26. He really just need to give you 15 because Paulo wasn't on. Franz wasn't on. Franz and Paulo normally giving you 25 each a game, and then throwing some in with Wendell, throwing some in with Pope hit a couple timely threes. He's kind of that Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying, Horry type of player right now, that 3 and D wing, that's the veteran presence. And yeah, man, they got the boys to do it. You bring them off the bench. You got Cole Anthony and Black to counteract Pritchard and Hauser and them boys, man. Orlando could definitely be the upset of the playoffs early, especially with Boston resting their people.
And they
Down
got
the,
the boy and they got the boy Paulo over there, man.
yeah,
That's gonna
Paulo,
be
no,
nice. You're gonna have to put
Paulo,
Jason Tatum. You're gonna have to put Jason Tatum on him.
have to,
he a tank.
Holiday can't do nothing with him. That guy was
have to.
blowing past Atlanta Hawk defender yesterday like it wasn't shit. Dyson Daniels and Drew Holiday are comparable in size. He's not gonna be able to do a thing with that man. The only thing I'm worried about with the Magic, like y'all said, is they scoring. And what the fuck is up with the German shot? Did y'all see him shooting yesterday?
Yeah.
France, what's wrong with his jumper, bro?
Nah, they say he was hurt end of the year, man, and they decreased his minutes. I think he just getting back in rhythm.
Fuck they got
They
to do
low
with his
key.
shooting motion. He out there shooting that bitch
It
like Tony Snell.
was a little nasty. Like he probably got some. I think it was a shoulder or something that was hurt or whatever. But that bitch was ugly. But
Hey,
Yeah,
wait, Kate, are you calling it an upset or what? You hedging or you betting? What you doing?
he,
no,
he had
I'm calling the Orlando upset. That's my
stand
upset of
on it.
the is
I
Orlando
stand on
over
that then.
Boston.
I just want to hear some put your feet down. 10 toes.
What it sound like? I ain't say Boston was gonna win that.
You was like, I know now. It don't matter.
Nah,
Now I know.
Oh
he
yeah,
called upset straight up though. He
Yeah,
said
he
yeah,
that
said
but
straight
straight
out the
up.
yeah.
gate.
Okay.
All right.
And
That's
Wendell
cool.
got the
I ain't
ability to be able to move with Porzingis, which a lot of teams don't. That's where the mismatch comes from. It's
okay. So you
Porzingis
think
on the
Cleveland
floor.
coming out
You said what?
got Cleveland coming out these?
Yeah. I got Cleveland
Oh,
Warriors in them.
you better hope the Lakers don't get Cleveland. You better hope they don't get Cleveland.
Man, the Lakers get Cleveland.
Cleveland backcourt too small, bro. I just don't trust it.
Yeah, that's not a good match. But okay, I'll stand on that. I got you. That's both. All right.
What you got, Scotty?
And they could put Mobley on Luca. Like Mobley got that ability.
Man, he
They
gonna cook that nigga Mobley, man.
they could, man.
Come on, man. He gonna cook
He
him
gonna
just
have
like
that
Kawhi.
nigga dancing
Man,
like a motherfucker, man.
shit.
Mobley
Just
can
like
move his
Kawhi.
feet, man. We talking about somebody that's in defensive player of the year talk, man.
Man,
Man, I
Luka not a
don't care
super
about all
fast
that
guy.
shit,
That ain't
man.
how he get buckets anyway. It don't matter. He gonna get
Bron
cooked.
ain't super fast no more. And that groin in game what 12 through 16. If he get to the damn NBA Finals, at least we in game 16 plus of the. Come on now,
You better
ice
hope that's what.
baths. Yeah.
Look,
Dallas up by 12.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with Slick. I hope the New York Knicks lose because New York get on my nerves all the way around. Ain't no basketball logic in this. Don't listen to nothing I'm saying. They think they made hip hop up. You trying to take it from James Brown, all types. I hope y'all. Well, mama, I don't ever want to see the Knicks win. Niggas New York always think they that. You ain't that.
And y'all food nasty as hell.
They
Fat
food
ass
nasty
rats.
as
Y'all
hell on the
wild
real.
on New York right now.
The
Hey
worst
man,
Nah,
fucking
bro,
pizza. They talk
they
about
try to
they
make like
pizza
they
better than
created hip
us.
hop. Y'all ain't make hip hop somewhere in Bronx. Man, y'all know James Brown was doing that in the '60s, talking crazy. I don't want to hear that.
Man, I went to New York. I say, point me to y'all best pizza spot. That shit tastes like Tony's Pizza, nigga.
that's
That
crazy.
shit bogus.
That's crazy
Ah,
work.
Folded
That's
cardboard.
crazy work.
Like the ones that came in the little orange pack. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro, anytime I see a motherfucker folding a piece of pizza to eat it for, get out of here. Get the fuck. Who does that? The fuck they in the burger, nigga?
look, I got
Fuck.
y'all with me. Everybody say the Knicks.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck the Knicks, man.
The only time I ain't gonna lie to you, the only time I fuck with the Knicks when Pooh was over there going crazy in the playoffs.
That don't count. That don't count.
That's the only
Man, the
time I
Knicks
fuck with him.
ruin
I'm being
Pooh,
real.
man.
He's from the city. That don't count. So
They
That's the
ruin
only
Pooh,
time.
you
man.
good. You still good.
Hey, but
Straight up.
we gonna move it along, man, and
Mm-hmm.
piggyback off the first convo that you the first peak that you had with the Warriors over the Rockets, man. In that matchup, do we think Amen Thompson can slow down Stephen Curry?
Nobody
And
could slow down Stephen Curry.
you know, yeah, we start with you then, Slim. So
Start with me or Ashton.
You could
we
go.
start with Ashton. Go ahead,
Oh,
Ashton. Let's get it.
Oh, that's all I gotta say. Nobody could slow down Stephen Curry.
You don't
Like he
think
not even finna do that.
you don't think he
Yeah,
got the
he might have
ability
a slow little quarter or something, but at the end of the day, he gonna get his. He might have a
I'm going.
bad second quarter.
I'm going to say for sure, Shorty can make Steph work more than he has to work. We have not can't forget that Steph is an older guy here. It really benefits him having Jimmy over there to minimize all the moving that he does on the court, but he still does it, and he definitely do it when he doesn't have it going. Like yesterday, he was missing a gang of shots. Um, then when he got his movement going, moving around the court, them setting the little side screen, him stepping up for the three that got him in a rhythm. So I think he needs to do all those things to stay in the shooting rhythm. When you got a young defender like Thompson on him, that's gonna make him work while he's already working. I feel like it's a good chance that he could slow him down, and that could potentially be a reason that these Rockets can steal them 2 games in the series, barring what Jimmy does on the offensive end. But I think if Steph is off for a couple of games, it'll be because of Amen Thompson, and I believe the Rockets will be able to steal him a game or two with his defense on him. I'll tell you one thing for sure: he's their best option. So, and it's going to be a matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing.
because the damn sure ain't Dillian Brooks.
Nah,
Or
barbecue,
no fucking Fred Van
Oh,
Yeah,
Fleet.
barbecue,
boy.
barbecue.
Damn sure ain't Dillian Brooks, boy.
The Canadian, he don't want none of
Clay
that.
going crazy right now. Clay is on.
Okay, but look though.
Mm.
So if you put Thompson on Steph, who you putting on Jimmy?
That's a guard by committee.
Nah, committee my ass.
Real shit.
Nah,
All right. From a
but
that's why
coaching
they gonna lose.
standpoint,
But this
from a,
it's
That's
on
from
why
a,
they.
Kerr
from a,
bailing them out for not playing.
That's why Houston gonna lose.
Yeah, if Kerr don't play Kaminga more, man, that's the real difference, man. That's they undersized. You need somebody with bounce to get them rebounds, and you can't rely on Gary Payton Jr. to go in there and get it for you. Because Draymond damn near go pick up 2 or 3 fouls just trying to fight down there with Sengun and stuff.
They
He gonna
still
have
got
he,
lonely.
he gonna have to, yeah, but they don't like playing Looney because it clogged up the lane for Jimmy now. That's why Looney don't get a lot of the Jimmy minutes unless they really, really need some rebounding late or they in some foul trouble. Like when Draymond got had the 5 yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
they threw Looney in late because they was getting killed on the offensive boards and on the defensive glass. But um Kaminga go get you 5, 6 rebounds a game down there just off his athleticism alone. And for whatever reason, man, they they rather run post for his shooting. Well, I mean, I'm post been hooping though, so it ain't Kerr no better than me, but he gonna have to insert Kaminga at some point in there to alleviate Pazinski, who yesterday looked scared as hell down the crunch time. But he normally don't. He normally be letting it go, but yesterday I don't know what got it to him. And Moody got to pick his game back up too.
I think Pozinski gonna be all right though.
Yeah,
Playoffs show you who you is.
for real.
Yeah, that playoff shit different.
Yeah, that pressure get on you, man, down the stretch of that
Man,
game.
check. They be letting you check all types of.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm in with his athleticism and his motor. He make it a difficult, like Slick say, but Steph Curry, bro. Like, I really think it's a disrespectful question. I ain't gonna hold you.
bro, I don't think there's nothing wrong with the question. I think it's a fair question. It's a can he slow him down? Like that's
Okay,
what any defender. That's any defender's job, anyways,
maybe
to
I took
slow
it
the
personal. I thought I
opposing
seen
start.
lockdown. I guess I thought I seen
Nah,
lockdown or
nah,
something.
nah.
Oh, because everybody talking like Steph Curry when he had 3 points out of that, all this other shit. But man, Steph gonna be Steph. Maybe he can make it. He can bother him. He can bring that percentage down a little bit. His athleticism is his athleticism. But regardless of his athleticism or anybody height, Steph Curry can explode on you. It don't matter. None of that's gonna matter. And that can happen.
I fuck with Steph 100%. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like fool ain't had bad playoff performances before. Like
He
Everybody
has
had bad playoff performances.
against Bron. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
not to the
people
level of a player of Steph caliber though.
against Bron, it's okay.
But look, the thing with
It's
Steph is most of his game is his shot, right? So niggas do for bad shooting nights. But a bad shooting night for Steph is still 5 for 15 from 3-point line, G. 5 threes. Come on now, bro.
Yeah. And when it's
That's what I
closing time,
said.
man, when they get down to closing time, it's y'all know what's going on.
the man feet stay set. He caught the ball yesterday on the wing, bro. Did triple pump fake. I'm looking at the man feet the whole time. He still got his toes up. Soon as
Yeah.
he went back, yeah. I say it's over. When he hit that, it was over with, bro. They was defeated. It was over with, bro. He
Soon as
nasty.
that nigga cross half
Shorty,
court,
he nasty, bro. Like he nasty. He
anywhere
ridiculous.
past half court, he activated.
He ridiculous, bro.
What you
Best
doing
shooter
with
of
that?
Only
all time.
unanimous
Yeah.
MVP in league history, man.
That, and that's why I wish Cash was on here, bro. Because that conversation we was having about face of the league, bro. Steph in that conversation, it ain't always been click cut Braun, bro. Like he in that
Shit,
conversation.
This the Steph and LeBron era.
Yeah.
Cap.
That's why I
LeBron
said a
shared
nigga
that
get fired.
motherfucker.
The question,
He's
what was
respected.
going on back then, legitimately, when they won that title and then they broke Jordan record the following year. When they was up 3-1 against Cleveland that year, they legitimately was talking about it being Steph League. That was the first year Steph outsold Bron in jerseys, unanimous MVP, like all it was legitimately finna turn to be Steph League. Bron came back 3-1, kind of took over that again, and KD, got KD and everything. So it's legitimately probably
It's
50-50
not close.
Steph and Bron era.
It,
You said,
you tripping. It's not close. It's
what
not
what?
close. Steph
To
had a
say it's
moment.
not to say you
It's not
disagree,
close.
I agree. But to say it's not close is wildly
But
insane.
it's not wild because of how much of a superstar this man is everywhere in the world. The level that he's at, nobody other than Michael Jordan has touched this level. Steph, I love Steph, but if you arguing
Steph is
face
like
like
that internationally, dog.
face of the NBA,
Hey,
he is on his level. On his level.
Steph ate
Steph,
good during the LeBron era, G.
Steph is like that
Say
during
what?
Steph ate good during the LeBron
But
era.
that don't got that's a team thing. We talk about individual status.
individually. Steph is like that
Individual
Yeah.
overseas,
status.
bro.
Steph
Individual
transcended the
status.
NBA. That speaks for something, bro.
I mean, and Allen Iverson transcended the NBA during the
That
Kobe
speaks for
and
something
No,
too.
no, no,
Duncan
no, no,
era.
no. But Allen Iverson's
But
different. They're not conversations about Allen Iverson being a top 5 player now, right?
when he
It
won
was,
MVP, it was.
but this is what it was. This is what it is right now. They compare Steph. They compare Bron to Jordan, but now they're having the conversations of, and you hear Shaq and motherfuckers like this. Should Steph be included in the GOAT debate?
Should he?
Yeah.
But it's not a consensus
And
that
then,
he is.
but that's the only if Steph was 6'7", this
That's a
wouldn't even
if.
no, hold on. It wouldn't even be a debate because most people argue about the prototype of a player is giving the reason why most people think KD is a better player than Steph is because of the prototype. But in
I don't say
actuality,
that though. You know, KT, you know I don't say that.
yeah, but
I
in
don't say that.
actuality,
KD ain't
Curry's
on
the better
shit.
player. You know what I'm saying? So like, if Steph was 3 inches, 4 inches taller, it would
That's,
be a debate on who the best player in the world is. Steph
that's
got the
it.
same accolades that Bron got, G,
Steph in that conversation,
in
bro.
less time.
Definitely ain't in the
Less
GOAT
time.
conversation.
All of
Steph is in the
Steph's
GOAT
success is on
conversation,
LeBron's
bro.
watch.
It's not consensus, bro. Y'all can say that, but it's not consensus that he's clear. There's a clear
Yo,
consensus of a
experts starting to say it, bro.
But
no. They're
it's
asking,
that.
should he be? There's no consensus that somebody's saying he's definitely in the GOAT debate. There's no consensus on that. There's no
Right.
consensus on that, bro.
Yeah, now because it's starting up, just like before it wasn't a consensus that LeBron was in the GOAT debate.
Bro,
But because
just
he
Steph
kept
been in
putting
the
his
league for
resume
a
together.
long time now, KT. His resume just about up, bro. He been in the league a long time. Long time.
Bro, because
He not in the GOAT debate, bro.
listen,
It,
bro, hold on though. The expectation when Bron came out, it was he was the next best thing since Jordan, and the conversation was always going to compare him to Jordan. Period. The same thing of what Kobe went through. Kobe mirrored himself as the next
come
best
on
thing
in.
since Mike. So the conversations were between that. Curry was never drafted that high, looked at to be that, so he earned the GOAT debate that he's having instead of just being put there because of being a prospect.
Bro,
If he win, if he win the ring
is
this year,
Steph
what
Curry
do
better
that
than
do for
Michael?
you?
Is anybody on here say Steph Curry in the conversation with Jordan? Anybody?
No.
Okay then.
I don't think Steph is better than Mike. But
Okay,
when we're
bro.
talking, I don't think LeBron's better than Mike. And
No.
so if
But
we're talking Steph and
but is he in
LeBron,
the
and then
conversation? Is he in the
because
conversation?
he's always been in the conversation before
No. We talk
his
about. We ain't talk about.
accolades.
Oh, AT, I'm not talking about what he's
Before
doing. What they
no.
projecting off his talent. I ain't talking about what they was projecting off his talent. What they thought he would be. We talk about what he is right now. For the few years he's in. Is he in the conversation with Jordan or not?
Yes, because he's always
Okay,
been G.
bro. But Curry, no, we not. I'm not. I just say I'm not talking about if is he gonna get there? Is he gonna be there?
Yeah,
Is
but
he
okay,
there?
but
I'm
so
not
we
talking
can.
about the prospect.
But
I'm
those are
talking
two
about
different
his actual
conversations.
status.
Those are two different
Exactly.
conversations, bro.
Exactly. You making a conversation about prospect of what he could have been. We talk about what they actually are right now as we
His
speak.
career
Is
not over
LeBron?
though.
But
It's okay,
LeBron
but
isn't better than Mike. So yes,
that's your
he's being
opinion. But that's
compared.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying,
All
is he
right.
in the conversation?
He's
But his
all.
You
career
just said yeah.
But yeah, because there's no other way to phrase it because he's always been in the conversation, G.
Oh,
Once
bro,
you're
that's two
in that
different conversations.
conversation, there whether he deserves it or not, when
It
he
ain't his
didn't
fault. He been
deserve
that
it,
good. It's fault.
I I feel like Steph is entering the GOAT conversation.
See, now you not even consensus with it. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I've been saying the whole time. He's entering the
Is
GOAT
he top
conversation.
five? Is he top five?
I got him top five. I got Steph
You a
top five.
super fan. Is he top five for real?
I
He
think
better than
Steph top five, G.
he. Okay, we Jordan, Braun. He
Mike,
better than Kobe.
you got Mike, Kobe, Bron.
Braun.
Then you gotta start seeing where you can put Steph at after
What
that,
you
G.
mean, Wilt Chamberlain?
I ain't one of them niggas, G. I didn't see Wilt Chamberlain, bro.
I ain't gotta see. I ain't gotta see him run 100. We can go
It's
look up this
hard for me
athletic.
to
Hey
be
G,
talking
We ain't
about
gotta
Pete Maravich and
then it's Wilt
Jerry
and
West.
Steph.
And
There
like,
you
I don't
go.
know
go.
them niggas, bro.
Kareem.
Uh,
Okay, Kareem, he belong.
I just named 5 people, bro. I love Steph. Top 10 for sure. Better than KD, KC. I'm with you. I'm with you if you say he better than KD. I'm with you.
KD ain't worth shit.
He's in the I ain't gonna say that. Damn, you doing too much.
Man, he
He's
ain't
in the
worth
Straight
shit,
up.
man.
conversation. You can argue he top 5, but you can't argue he the best basketball player of all time. Y'all true.
All right, man. Well, it's gonna be a motherfucking argument all day going back and forth with this shit, man. I feel like Steph belongs in that conversation as far as being the face of the league. But it's a good
Okay,
debate.
we
that's
gonna do
about that.
whatever,
That
man.
that, that make more sense than the GOAT debate.
Yeah.
Uh no,
You
the
don't
GOAT
play no.
debate was just
Where's
to bring
defense?
in the face of the league debate, though. We won the own GOAT debate at first. It was just to
They
Yeah, he,
both
he
compare
kind
the
of
moved he,
crazy.
face of the
he moved
league.
the goalpost. Scotty
Yeah,
moved the
it was
goalpost.
just to compare the face of
I
the
ain't
league.
moving, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He's in his era and he's in a GOAT debate. How can he be the face of the league? I'm just saying.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, moving forward. Hey
So
man,
what we
it's in my opinion, it's 50-50 Brown and Steph here, man.
50-50 is crazy.
50-50 is not
I ain't
crazy.
gonna lie, man.
It's
I
not
agree with
crazy.
him, bro. Steph ate good during the LeBron era, G. You can't say he didn't, bro. We gonna keep going back and forth about this, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it so we can move on. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
MVP. Hey, the MVP criteria changed by year, man. Rich
Oh,
previous
y'all,
MVP should have more
good segue.
MVPs than they do right now.
KT got me turned up for the right one. I segue like a mother. You probably did that on purpose. You a
Yeah,
smart one.
man, we'll start with you then, man. Kick it off. What MVP should have more MVPs than they do right
Hey,
now?
hey, Slick. I don't want you to misunderstand me when I'm saying, Slick, because I know you gonna jump on me as soon as I say this. Don't take what I'm saying out of context. Kohler
Russell Westbrook.
had one of the best seasons we ever seen. We have, as an individual player, he's clearly the best player in the league. This year, he was the most dominant, best, whatever adjective you want to add on it. He probably never seen it quite like this. All I'm saying is this, though. All I'm saying is this. What's the criteria of MVP? Because if it's who's the clear-cut best player in the league, then can we go back and give Mike some MVPs? Can we go back and give Braun some MVPs? Can we take away Steve Nash MVPs? What we doing? Because what we was told, what as me growing up in basketball, what I always said, like I said on the other time we had this conversation, because now the regular season over, Cleveland, Golden State, not Golden State, OKC has the best record. So we always was told best player on best team. That's been the excuse for MVPs. I got some numbers here for y'all. Y'all might not like the 60s. I like to show respect to everybody. I don't care what era he in. If you put Wilt Chamberlain in the era, he gonna dominate. Based on his athleticism, he gonna dominate. In 1961-62, Wilt averaged 50.4 points per game, 25.7 rebounds, 2.4 assists, shooting 51% from the field. Bill Russell won MVP, averaging 18 points a game, 0.9, 23.6 rebounds. That's a lot of rebounds, but 23.6. That still ain't more than Wilt. Wilt averaged 50 and 25. He was the second seed in his conference. Bill Russell was the first seed, but he averaged 18, 23, and 4, shooting 43% from the field. Now, this is a caveat in the 60s, bro. The players was voting for MVP all the way to 1980. From 55 to 80, the players was voting. Maybe they was going off that criteria, best player, best team. Maybe it was a little bit of hate sprinkle in there. I don't know. I ain't live in that era. I can't really speak to it. But I'm looking at these numbers, and I ain't never seen nobody average 50 and 4. We seen a few people average a triple-double, though. 50.4 points per game and 26 rebounds. No MVP, because best player on best team. Karl Malone in 1996-97 won MVP, bro. His team won 64 games. They were 64-18. He averaged 27 points, 9 rebounds, 76% from the field. Jordan averaged 29.6 points a game.
What, you say he shot what? You said he shot 76% from the field?
Yes.
Damn.
You said he shot 76% from the field?
If I'm wrong,
All layups, boy. Pick and
What?
rolls.
if I'm wrong, look it up. I'll stand corrected.
Bro, he shot 76% from the field.
I ain't gonna lie,
If
you
I'm
gotta
wrong-
give him the MVP for that.
Bro, what?
Wait,
I hope that's a typo. I hope that's a typo, bro.
I hope it's a typo too.
76%?
If it's a typo, it'll make my argument look even better. But I don't want to cut him no slack. I don't want to cut him short.
Whoa. That's
Look it up.
crazy.
And you say he averaged 29 points?
No, 27.
27 still. You gotta give him the MVP for that.
What
Yeah, he
year is
got-
that for Malone?
96-97. Look up his field goal percentage. Yeah, we like to get stuff right around here. I know that sounded crazy.
55.
But
Okay, I'm finna
55?
say, bro.
He shot
Yeah,
75 from the
was
free throw.
crazy.
He shot
Oh,
My
okay.
75
bad.
from the
See,
free throw.
typo.
I'm finna say, bro.
Typo. So now you strengthening my argument. I tried to help him.
Yeah.
He was 64-18. Jordan was 69-13, his team. Jordan averaged damn near 30, 29.6. Why he not MVP? Best player on best team. Voters fatigue, right? The year Nash won his second MVP in 05-06, they was the second seed. Best player, best team, but he only averaged 18 points, 10.5 assists. Kobe that year was the 7th seed, had Smush Park on the team. The team was trash. He dragged them to the playoffs. He averaged 35.4 points per game, 5.3
I remember
rebounds.
that year. Ain't that year
Going,
he had like 8 straight 50-point games?
Something like
going
that. It was
crazy,
like February. It was that February
Oh,
bro.
where he was
life.
going
Kobe
crazy.
went crazy.
Yeah.
Going crazy, going crazy, going crazy. He went so crazy, bro. I ain't want to mention the year he did win MVP and showed it how much Cleveland won in bronze stats, just to show him respect, because he went crazy. He only got one MVP. One,
Damn, Kobe do only got one MVP.
one, bro.
That's crazy, G.
Kobe freaking Bryant has one MVP.
That's crazy, bro.
We're gonna
Hey,
blame it on Cameron.
what's crazy? Out of all the history that you named, and out of all the MVPs, and out of Jordan, out of Bron, out of everybody, it's only been one unanimous MVP in NBA history, and his name is Wardell Stephen Curry. I just thought I'd throw that in there as you continue going on, man. When we talk about face of the league and that, just
Yeah,
keep going.
so a couple guys. But shouldn't 50 and 4 and 25.7 be unanimous? How you average 50 and 26 for a season and you not unanimous? I can go at some years that Jordan did it. I can go at some years that Bron should have been unanimous. I can go at some years. This Kobe year probably shouldn't have been unanimous because they was a 7th seed. But I'm just saying, Russ was the 6th seed in 2016, 2017 when he first averaged a triple double, and they said because it was historic reasons. Nobody did it since Big O. Big O did it that same year that Russell and Wilt averaged 50 and 4, 50.4 and 25.7 rebounds. Same year. He ain't get MVP. I get it, but neither did Wilt. Russell got MVP, averaging 18.9. Russ got
Did
MVP.
Oscar
He
ever
averaged
win one?
31. Who?
Oscar Robertson. Did he ever win one?
I don't know if he
I
got
think
one.
I
Because he
think he
averaged
got
triple
yeah,
double like
I
3
think he
years,
got an
didn't
MVP. I think Oscar Robertson got an MVP.
he?
He might got one.
I think he got one.
The average of triple double back then, different.
Yeah.
Russ was a 6th seed when he averaged a triple double, bro. They gave him MVP because it was first time. The second year he did it again. But he averaged as many points. He averaged 25.4 points. But he was a 4th seed. All right, no, not best player, not on the best team because he wasn't that high. And they said, okay, we ain't gonna get to you again. And then they start giving him that narrative. Remember that narrative we were talking about Slick in the chat? You was like, man, he ain't doing what Jokic doing. Nah, he ain't doing what Jokic doing this year. As far as Jokic even averaged a lot of steals. Jokic, I think a 50, 40, 90 this year. That's crazy.
And Russ was chasing them triple doubles.
I don't want to hear that.
I
All I
told
know
him
is
that.
his team needed all that though to win. Who was on his team?
He
Who was
ain't
on
had
his team?
nobody. He had Anthony Robertson and nigga Steven
Okay,
Adams.
but now watch this. And Jokic's first MVP in 2021, he averaged 26.4 points, 10.8 rebounds, 8.3 assists. Now he got over on them assists, especially as a big man. That's amazing for a point guard some years. As a big man, it's super amazing. I'm gonna give him that. He was a 3rd seed. But that same year, Embiid averaged 28.5 points and averaged 10.6 rebounds. It was the 1st seed in the East.
They gave Embiid his. They flipped him when Embiid won because
Yeah,
Embiid didn't win before.
yeah.
Because the other one was Jokic MVP, and they
Wait,
gave it
wait,
to Embiid
hold
because
on.
he ain't had one.
Yeah, one of
But
them years
Jokic
that B
won
was supposed to win.
the next year. Jokic won again, though.
I'm talking about the year after.
I
Jokic
know.
didn't
Hold
win
on.
MVP this
Hold,
year. Jokic didn't win MVP this year.
no, I ain't talking about this year. I'm talking about the first year he won, and then he won back to back the second year. In 2021, 2022, he averaged
Jokic to
27.1,
win this year.
13.8 rebounds, 7.9 assists, and he was the 6th seed. Embiid averaged 30.6 and 11.7 rebounds, and his team was the 4th seed.
I mean,
Well,
I think we all can agree that it's probably some seasons that MVP should have went to another player, but I don't think it's a sham how we really looking. I think the strongest point you had was the Kobe Bryant. I definitely think Bean should have more than one. But to keep it with current times, I'm gonna say for me, I'm gonna throw Jokic out there. I don't think he's gonna get MVP this year, but he should definitely deserve it, and he should get it. And the year KT was alluding to when Joel Embiid got it, I feel like he should have got it that year too. Joker's been the best player in the NBA hands down for like the past 5 seasons. That should be
Not
five
according
MVP.
to these numbers. Not according to
That
these numbers, bro. Embiid had two seasons in
I
there where
don't.
he was,
I, I'm not looking
and
at.
he played defense.
I'm not looking at the numbers though. I'm looking at how
He
he
played defense
impacts.
though,
I'm
Hey,
looking
yo,
at how he impacts the game.
bro. He
Embiid
was a
also
6 seed
missed.
when he won, bro.
Hold
He
on.
was a six
Embiid
seed.
also missed like 20 more games than
Yeah.
than Jokic had because of
I
injury.
ain't talking about last year because of the injury.
Nah, both years that he averaged the 30 points, he only played like 65 games, 66 games. Like he
But
missed.
Yeah, like the minimum required
Yeah, he
games
was just at that like threat
from
because they
three
changed the threshold for
to
what you need to be able
65.
to qualify for stuff.
that's
And I
why he
think
ain't
it's
win last
65.
year.
You
That's
said
why he
what?
ain't qualified last year
Yeah,
because he missed too many games. But
yeah.
he was the clear MVP before that. But them years he
I
played
only
more
give you
than enough games.
one of them Embiid years. G. That's the
So
most he
so
get.
so he should have won. So he should have won MVP as a 6 seed in the West.
He only get one of them years, bro. Other than that,
As
that's
that's
all
crazy.
Jokic, bro.
As a 6 seed, he should win MVP. He didn't average a triple double.
They got. I mean,
What was his stats
they
that
got
year?
precedent with a 6 seed winning the MVP, averaging a triple double
He's six,
because they started it with Russ. They started it with Russ. Get when he was the
but
six
they didn't
seed.
give it. But Russ did it 2 years in a row after that, and they didn't give it to him. You see the
Steph
But
Curry
contradiction?
but
was like an
but
eighth
that's
seed or
only
something that year.
because, granted, he still had the same type of season. But those were,
Nah,
I
bro.
think, I hold on. I think it was Harden and then it was Giannis, and they had crazy seasons. One of them, Harden averaged 36 or some shit like that. Like Harden was one of them crazy Houston seasons where he was, where they was top
He
of the
was going
teams.
crazy. He was
Yeah,
having a Kobe season with the
I think he
assist
was
though.
like 36, 8 and 8 or some goofy
yeah.
shit like that.
Harden was just doing some stupid shit. And he averaged 30
Crazy.
and 36 the
I
next
ain't.
season. And
I
then
could have named
Giannis.
more years. I could pick these people out. I could
Yeah,
have
yeah.
picked out more to prove my point. Y'all proving my. Y'all saying my
But
point.
look,
That's my point.
what's the
What's the
what's the
fucking
six seed?
criteria?
What's the 6 seed Jokic year averages?
His second one, he averaged 27.1 points, 13.8 rebounds, 7.9 assists. And B averaged 30.6 points and 11.7 rebounds and was a higher seed. Won more games too.
What's their records that year?
Won 51 games. And B won 51 games. Jokic won 48.
Bro,
Now,
that shit don't matter. If you just
Yeah,
looking
that
at
ain't
numbers,
yeah.
if
Give
you
me
just looking
Jokic.
at numbers, that shit don't matter, bro. You have
Give
to
me
look at the
Jokic, bro.
impact. You gotta look at the impact that player has on the court when he's not on the court. That's what you have to look at. Jokic's impact is way bigger than Embiid's, bro, when it comes to basketball.
Give me
It is.
Jokic.
That's a you could just see that off the eye test, bro.
so what's
What,
SGA impact? Because his
hold on.
team
What year was that for
is going
Embiid? Was that like was that the Jimmy Butler? Them was after the Jimmy Butler years. Who did he end up having on his team them years that he had like a stacked squad a couple of them times where they was Harden on that team
He done
then?
had Harden. He done had
hard.
motherfucker
It wasn't hard
Tobias
this year.
Harris. Motherfucker. Nah, he had y'all boy Ben Simmons a couple of them years though.
Eh,
Ah,
Yeah. I'm a roll with Jokic on that one though. Who you got, KT?
let me
For
tell
this
you the
year,
seeds Russ was. Russ
for
was
this
the
year,
seed
it's
first year he won, bro.
like I said earlier. I think man on one of our I think episode 3, man they go give it to SGA. But Jokic is by far had the clear season. And if you take Jokic off that team, they may be like Portland Trailblazers, somewhere around there.
So what would OKC be without SGA?
Yeah, hey, I think the same for OKC though,
They the
bro.
Oh,
youngest team in the they one of the youngest teams in the
here we
league.
go. Here we
What would
go.
they be?
Hold on. Here we go. If you switch SGA and you switch Jokic, OKC wins 70 games.
I don't we don't know that, bro.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
don't
Okay. OKC is by and far the
we act like
favorite.
Jamal Murray and them one on them teams, bro.
That's but you switch Jokic and you switch SGA, and it's not even close what the records are of the team. It's not even close.
I don't,
SGA has SGA has the best defensive team that I've seen assembled around him. Period. Period. And he's a dog. He's a dog part of that too. But he got that. That's the best defensive unit from Dort to Caruso to Williams to Chet to Hardenstein when he subbed in for Chet to the niggas they bringing off the bench, Isaiah Joe and Wiggins and all of them boys. Like they all got it. And so if you switch their seasons, man, it's not even close who the best team and who the best player is.
So why the Nuggets not better there? Why they not better right now with what they got?
All injuries. Half their
Uh,
team been injured the entire year. And
But
let's not act
focus
like
yourself.
hold on, and
Like,
let's not
all
act like they a game off of the two seed. Like a game and a half off the two. That's the 2 and
right,
8 was separated by two games.
what's the separation between the 2 and the
No,
one
no,
seed?
I'm just saying 2 and 8 is separated by two games. You know what
okay.
I'm saying? So like it's not like they just had this shitty season because you finished sixth or you finished third or whatever the case may be. They all 50 plus winning games in that six and above season. Every team won 50 plus. That's there. And Jokic's team had injuries the majority of the year.
Jamal Murray still hurt, ain't he?
Jamal Murray missed probably 35 games this year. Porter missed 17. I think Aaron Gordon missed 20 something. Like you got and still they're there. That's how you know with Christian
KT,
Braun, Russell Westbrook, and what's the other and Stother and all them boys off the bench. Like he did it with them boys. Just going.
KT, what's your argument as to why you won't pick OKC to win? Ain't it because they can't score if SGA ain't scoring?
No, it's because they're too reliant on SGA and the style of offense for a playoff series. They play one-on-one ball. But what I watched happen when SGA was sitting out is I watched Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins score 30 plus in a game too. Like all them boys can ball. The system is dope over there. They give the opportunity when you have the usage that somebody does. That's how Harden able to do it, the same way SGA able to do it. Jokic be putting up them type of numbers without even having to shoot 35 shots in a game, dog.
Listen,
You know what
dog,
I'm
I'm not
saying?
arguing.
Like,
He's the
no,
best
I'm
player in
just
the league.
I'm just saying that this is
I'm not
why
arguing that.
if you switch them, OKC is way better in my opinion. Just because you're switching a great player for the best player. Period.
So
Where
hypothetical.
would you rank? Where would you rank Jokic all time?
I don't know. That's a whole. I had to think about that. But right now,
He up there.
he the clear cut player in the league.
He
And
up
based
there,
upon,
G.
I'm asking for a good criteria. Can we get a consistent criteria? That's
He
all
a
I'm
top
asking
three.
for.
Jokic top three big.
What?
Shit, Shaq said he was the best big man ever.
Top three. Top
That
three or
nigga
four.
Jokic up there, bro.
Yeah,
This
top
is
three or four.
this is how I feel though. Because of the numbers they put up back in the old days, man, they always go be considered. You know what I'm saying? Like as basketball ages, naturally the talent level is better. And it's not to downplay the talent level that was back then, because everybody play against what they got to play against. But if you were the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth player back then, you would go average some crazy numbers because the gap between the top 5 and 10 and the next 20 and 30 was so much bigger than it is today that niggas average 50. You know what I'm saying? Like James Harden averaging 36 in this era, one of the best years since Jordan, is going to show you how cold a motherfucker really is. Same with Steph averaging 30, Giannis averaging 30, Bron averaging 30. Like I said, Jokic, man, right now I would probably rank him all-time best players. He's definitely top 12.
He up there.
He definitely top 12. He
He
and
No,
up
we
he's
there,
talk. We
bro.
talk. We talking about it his position.
I'm
oh his
talking about
position. That's
period.
I thought he was talking about period.
I'm talking
Oh
about
yeah, no, no,
period,
no.
G.
Okay, I want. No, when I gave that top three photo, I was talking about his
Nah, you
position.
you said specifically it's a possession. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about period, G.
Okay.
He up there, dog. Jokic down there top 10, bro.
Yeah.
My
The
bad,
shit he
y'all.
doing is crazy, G.
Nobody averaged 50 but Wilt, bro. And no error.
No, I'm just saying for motherfuckers to be able to average that type of shit, G, is
He's a
it's a
crazy
clear
athlete,
difference.
bro. Like,
Do you
But
think
he's a
Wilt will
crazy
do you
athlete.
then
think
when
Wilt will
Will was
average 50
playing,
today?
bro, it wasn't a lot of niggas in the league like to match his physical stature though, bro.
I don't know. The average height, that's a narrative that's false. The average height as it was then is similar to it was now. That's
Nah,
not true.
I don't care
He
about
just was
average
really like
height.
that, bro.
I care about athletic specimens, which is
Yes,
what Wilt was.
he was playing a bunch of
You could be 6'8", but if you a 6'8", unathletic, can't move and can't defend, they not all built the same. You know
he
what I'm
was
saying,
Can
G?
you
he was
name
playing a
another?
bunch of
Can you
Rick
name another
Smith
specimen
ass
like
niggas,
him
man.
in any era?
You
Name
said
another
what?
specimen like him.
No, no,
Name
no, no,
another
no.
specimen.
But that's why I was asking. I'm asking, do you think Wilt would ever average 50 today?
For sure.
He would average 50?
He's a specimen, and they not playing no defense.
He said
This,
he's a specimen.
this a different
Like
league
y'all,
though.
I don't think, bro. Y'all got to go watch the tape, bro. Go watch the
This,
tape. The
I've
man
seen
this
the
a
had a
tape,
fadeaway
different
on
bro.
league.
the post.
I
I've
think
seen the tape.
I think it's more fair to drop Wilt in the '90s.
Man, any era he gonna get it, bro.
But
I don't agree
I
with
think
that.
it's fair for today because the majority of the best players are from today's era, right? When we looking at all the people in the tops, the majority of the top 75 right now that we got are from the last 20 years,
The,
25 years.
the game
So
is more perimeter oriented now
yeah,
though.
so that's what if he was in here today, would he
Giannis
average
can't
50? Would he still be considered what he's considered?
You see what
That that
Giannis doing?
That's what the truly best players is. If you put Giannis back then, Giannis averaged 50. You put Mike back then, Mike averaged 50. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro.
You put
I know
Steph
that.
with the way he can shoot.
I see. Giannis can't shoot in the shooting league in the perimeter era. Giannis still getting it in.
But Will not putting that bitch on the floor like Giannis though.
Go watch the tape, bro.
Yeah, I have to because I don't recall him putting
I've
that bitch
seen
on
the
the floor
tape,
like
and
Giannis.
and it's the thing. Wilt did all that stuff. It's just a different speed they play at. Like that's it's the level of like jumping from college to the NBA. It's a curve because the speed is different in every sport. The speed they were playing at back then is well slower than the speed that they playing at today. But if we're just saying like put Wilt with the same advancements as everybody else has in whatever form that would be today, and he was the same as he was back then that's something completely different. You know what I'm saying? Then that's something that we maybe
That's
never
what will happen.
seen. Yeah,
That's
that's
what will
something
happen.
that maybe we never seen. Maybe
He's
he
far
would
more
have,
athletic than
maybe he
Giannis.
would average 50, but
It's,
they would
it's not even close. It's not even close.
they would do the same thing with Wilt they did to Dwight Howard and all them other boys, and them niggas would be out the league.
And them
I
little
think
white
any
boys
great
Will was
player
playing
be
against,
great
man.
in any era.
Will was
You know
playing
what
against plumbers and shit, man.
I'm saying?
I
Okay.
ain't. I don't go disrespect the all time. Yeah, he wasn't playing against the best people of all time, but he still did what he did, and he was athletic. You don't get penalized.
Not him.
Yeah, you don't get penalized on your greatness just because the other people weren't as great around you. But when we're comparing the greats to the greats, that's all we can compare it to. Like, and the people today play more great people than the people did back in Wilt era, and still average what they average. The competition that Jokic sees and that Shaq saw, especially in Shaq era, far greater than the resistance that Wilt got back in his era. So I feel like shit. If Shaq was back then, Shaq would have averaged 80.
I don't
Like,
know about that. He a lazy. He not nowhere near. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not gonna say he
mhm.
couldn't. He a specimen too, but he's not more of a
Motherfucker.
specimen than that dude Will.
Hey, rims
Will
Boy, if
wouldn't even
Shaq
break
was
away
back there,
rims. They
yeah,
wouldn't even be.
he
They wouldn't
definitely
even
putting
finish.
up 50 a season.
They
Hell yeah,
wouldn't even
Shaq
finish
putting up
games
50
back
back
then.
then.
Rims would have been broken. G. Like
Shaq
we not.
putting up
It's not the
50 back
same.
then, G.
It's not the same.
That him and Will had different games, but
And he's
you know,
smacking them white motherfuckers. He ain't handshaking and doing none of that shit. He's smacking the shit out their ears.
yeah,
Hey,
great. ML. Okay, let's get it.
Yeah, we gonna move on, man. Hey, we gonna finish up with the MLB for our last topic, man. Which MLB team
Man, we
is
ain't
what's
talking
the
about Ben Simmons no more.
Man, we done with Ben Simmons, boy. Unless Ben Simmons joining one of these baseball teams. Oh, yeah. Which team you got as your standout to win a division, and then you feel they can win the World Series, man? We gonna start with you.
Uh, I'm running with the Cubs to win a division for sure. We've been down a few seasons. We got some young talent out there. We getting great production from our bottom half of our lineup, man. Pete Crow, Armstrong, standout talent. It's been performing lately. We got Nico Horner coming in there with some clutch hits, providing big energy. And the top of the lineup, we got that boy Cal Tucker. He was a dog, came over from Astros. I just like everything about the Cubs. I like the manager, Craig Counsell, came over from the Brewers. He got them boys real aggressive on the base pads. I think we lead the league in stolen bases. We put up a lot of points. I think we're gonna give St. Louis and the Brewers a run for their money this year. Our starting pitcher just got injured. He's done for the year. We're gonna be doing it back committee. It'd be great if they can get another pitcher here coming up soon. But we're definitely in games. We lost by a couple points today, so the rotation has been pretty well. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Cubs. Um, as far as the what, I'm taking the Dodgers. Of course, I'm taking the Dodgers to win a division. They just loaded, bro. They tough. Ain't nobody beating
My
them.
boy Mookie Betts.
He tough. They lineup is just tough, bro. It's gonna be interesting to see with them though what they gonna do with Shohei once he's able to pitch. Cause him being a DH, that take a batter out of one of them guys' hands, and they got a lineup full of batters. I'm high on the Dodgers, and I'm high on the Cubs. It's been a great start to the season. We gonna see what happened though. What you got, KT?
Man, I would normally go with the Cubs. That's my team. I'm gonna pick a different one, even though I think the National League probably the best
All
league
y'all
out
from
there.
the South Side, y'all going for the Cubs.
Come on now.
They came to the
Um,
school. Hey, the White Sox, they come to my school. The Cubs came to the school before they pulled up. Hey, what's up? You
mhm.
feel?
Hey,
Yes,
these
indeed.
niggas from the South Side, they grew. Man, my
You
whole
feel?
family was Cubs fans. We all from the South Side. Figure out what's going on.
Cubs, man. Nah, I'm actually gonna rock with a different division. I'm gonna go with the Red Sox, man, to go ahead and win the division.
I like the
Uh,
Red Sox.
Loaded out there, man. Duran and Dovers and Story coming on over. Abreu,
Bregman.
Gonzalez, man.
Yeah, don't
They
forget
line up as
Bregman.
yeah, they line up as stacked, G.
Yeah,
Even at the bottom with Navarro and Hamilton, like it ain't too much you could really do with them. I think they bullpen is really what they need to improve at a little bit, especially compete with somebody like the Dodgers that's loaded at every position possible. And when they can start throwing different platoons out like the Dodgers like to throw lefty, lefty, righty, and stuff like that, man, you could definitely gonna need to have a little deeper bullpen to get through the dog days of the playoffs. Um, but I think they got the lineup to do it if they can go ahead and hold off the Yankees in that lineup, man, because that lineup is tough as hell
they
too.
line up tough too.
They line up tough.
That was the
So
only
yeah,
thing I was gonna say slick was that. But other than that,
they, they just
Honorable
line up
mention
tough.
too.
So
I like the Diamondbacks too. They tough.
but they pitching tough too. That's why they
Yeah,
can. That's why they
that's
can
what I was about to
survive.
say. They got
Yeah,
good pitching
yeah. They pitching is solid. All I mean, they damn near got 1 through 5. They're guaranteed 1 through 4. But that fifth is down there, a number 2 at any other lineup
for
that can
sure.
start. So, um, yeah, man, it's actually a good season of baseball. You don't see too many
Yeah,
horrible teams early. Everybody in it still got a chance. Ain't
yeah.
knock on wood. Ain't too many injuries right now. Hope they stay injury free. I think what's gonna change the season. I don't think Trout go finish up with the Angels this year, man. I think this the year that Trout get traded somewhere.
That sound
And
good. That ain't a bad prediction right there.
yeah,
Where y'all see him going?
I think they it depends which one of these teams is slightly underperforming when that trade deadline come around and where the Angels trying to sell to. They gave Otani away. They let him go. They really letting, and now that Trout is up there in ages, man. Yeah, I can see them letting him go. Bad average slipping a little bit, but he been dealing with some injuries the last 2 3 years, and I think it's just time for them to reboot altogether. So he can end up on one of these big market teams, probably the Mets, who go be looking to compete still in New York. They got a hell of a lineup too. Philly probably
Yeah, I
looking to
like the Mets.
compete. I can see him out there with them. So yeah, if he don't end up in one of these big New York or LA markets, man, I can see him in Philly. And if he do end up in New York, I think it's with the Mets.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
like the Mets too.
Soto.
They got the Mets, they got a tough lineup too on the low because you just can't do what you want to do with Juan Soto no more.
Yeah.
If Pete Alonso gonna be hitting the ball how he been hitting it.
So
Um
you put Trout
I
right
like the
behind
Mets.
PG, and you
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
set.
that's tough.
That's
That's tough.
that. Yeah.
I fuck with the baseball. That shit tough.
Yeah.
Real. It's tough. We gonna see what happens. Though. I like them Boston Red Sox. I like that pick, man.
Yeah.
Scotty, you been checking any of the baseball out this year?
I ain't had a chance to get into it, but I'm a big Mookie Betts fan, bro. Like that's why when you said Dallas, you said the Dodgers, I was already you was reading my mind. I'm with Mookie Betts and Shohei gambling Otani. They ain't even make that boy retire like Jordan. He must boy that man
They
retired.
had the fall guy.
He
They
said they
had the
gotta
fall
keep
guy
them
in
ratings.
place.
They got a
Yeah.
fall guy there to keep them ratings up.
Yeah. They
But no, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go. I ain't watched the game this year yet, but just cause my work schedule been crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna go with even though like you said the Yankees, they like that, but I'm gonna still go with the LA Dodgers, man.
for sure.
I feel like with baseball, any given year, you could damn near pick like 5 teams that got a chance to win. And I feel like y'all to name most of the 5 teams: Mets, Yankees, Dodgers. Uh, but I just want to I want to hone in on the Cubs real quick because the Cubs got the offense to make some noise, but they pitching is what's gonna do them in if they don't make some moves. They bullpen is atrocious right now. And then with them losing Justin Steele, that just hurt they starting rotation. So the Cubs gotta severely tighten up their pitching before they would be a serious contender to me. Because you always got the Brewers that's gonna lurk around. And if they don't fix that pitching, the Brewers will fuck around and win that division.
Even the Cardinals. That's a tough
Cardinals too.
division. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
it's
Yeah.
a
tough
tough division.
division for sure. I think
See, we got
the
yeah,
Pirates in last right
Pirates. Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say we got the Pirates over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Shit, even the Reds be flirting around 500 and could steal a couple games and knock motherfuckers down a little bit. So it's
yeah.
like they got to get that pitching together, bro.
On the real. Hey, before we get up out of here, I'm just want to touch on how y'all feel about them torpedo bats, man. Cause motherfuckers that don't ain't used to baseball thinking it's something that's new. But how y'all feel about hitters that actually hitting the inside? How y'all feel about the torpedoes? Y'all think they should have been using them?
been using it since
For
they
sure.
stopped
Yeah.
the juicing, and they knew them players was juicing. They knew the players was juicing because they needed the ratings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
They
they got to
100%
do
knew they
They
was
something
do.
to
gonna
bring
do
the excitement back in the game, especially with them been speeding up the game in recent years, using the clock. They got the replay. You know, they adding certain elements to make it more fan friendly and trying to get people out to the ballpark and everything like that without it costing $1 million. So uh, they got to do something to drive up fan engagement, man. And
I
them
agree.
bats is go do it, man.
They
You
got
got
to.
But
to
them
bring the
set
offense.
them
They got
Sammy
to.
Sosa and Mark McGuire years was some of the best years I ever seen in my life, man.
Man,
Man,
Hey,
Peak
and that's
those
Sammy.
are
why that's why I really hate that conversation though, G, because those the two lead names. Motherfuckers be forgetting that season the kid was having before he got hurt. He was
hmm
right there with him.
Yeah, but it wasn't nothing like that
oh
Sammy
he
Sosa,
still hit
Mark
over 600.
McGuire shit.
What?
He,
No, no,
shit,
I'm talking about that season in particular when they was
that
chasing the
same
home run
season.
record.
yeah,
That
that same
same
That
season
season.
same season.
That
when it was
same
what
season.
62, 63, and
Hey
they was
Slick, he
back and
still
forth
hit
with
over
Wrigley.
600, and he ain't
Yeah,
take no steroids.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Man, that
For
nigga
sure.
probably was juicing too, man. All them niggas was off that shit.
Nah,
Nah,
Look,
man,
man.
we
Nah.
don't
He
know
was an
that.
hey, y'all
athlete.
remember
Hell
the
no.
three Houston batters? It was what? It was like Biggio, Craig Biggio,
Craig
and
Biggio.
Bagley. Bag
Who else was over there?
was it
Buddy
Bagwell
from
and them
Houston.
G or something
Buddy
like
from
that?
Houston
Jeff
was in the farm.
Bagwell.
Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bagwell
yeah,
was in the farm.
Bagwell, yeah.
yeah,
He was
Bagwell,
in the
all them
farm.
Jeff
boys, G.
Bagwell was off the juice.
Yeah,
All
he
them
was
boys
big
was
as
off
hell.
the
He
juice,
had to be.
G.
He
All
was
of
lifting that leg. Yeah.
them. All of them, bro.
My boy Barry
Hey, but let's be
Bonds, they
clear.
ain't even
Barry
want to
Bonds
pitch to
ain't
that
never
nigga.
failed no test. He ain't failed no test. We ain't got no failed test.
Who,
I'll
Barry
throw my hands
Bonds?
up. We ain't got no failed test.
Man, that
He ain't
nigga
never
was
say
off
he
the
ain't do
juice,
it though.
man.
He
That
ain't
I
nigga
never
still
say he
don't.
came in
did.
he was little as hell, G.
I still don't think that took away from his ability to play baseball though. He was always going to be a great
They
talent
put that nigga
regardless.
on
He was
Super
a Hall of
Saiyan.
Famer already. He got 2 Hall of Fame careers.
Hey,
I ain't seen no negative
Goku.
test.
Goku still beating niggas' ass when he got the black hair, but when he turned Super Saiyan, that shit different, dog.
On that note, hey, KT, get that motherfucker promo again, man. Trying to get
Hey
some
man,
funds around this bitch.
listen, like I said, man, my boy B Wooden got us going, sponsored with Prize Picks. We got the promo code right down on the banner. It's BWVIP. You bet 5 and you get 50 additional in promo. And for y'all big time players out there, man, we might be able to do something a little bit special when we talking about deposit matches. We go get up with B Wooden in the future, man. We go throw some streams on, whether we playing Fight Night, 2K, Madden, whatever, MMA, whatever. Get some fans on there. They go answer questions in the comments, and we gonna be giving away prizes and promo for all y'all, man. So
I like that.
make sure y'all tune in. It's BWVIP, the promo code. And man, hey, take us out of here.
Big WOC.
Appreciate
That's
y'all.
it. Good shit.
Hey, we hit that.